Anthony Elliott back involved at local level, doing a few games. You know, two of those guys that have kind of been to the highest levels, and now bring that experience back. And no doubt they're really handy to have around at the association meetings as well, mentoring the next group we have coming through. All right, back to it, and it is the Glenora Bears sitting on a narrow advantage at the break, and White will return this ball and get things back underway in the second half here in this championship clash.
And she showed a turn of speed too, did White. Bears hitting it one off the ruck.
Tini takes them up over halfway. Good carry, driving the legs. Picks up a few metres post-contact. Lupaiki at dummy half. Goes to her right. Links up with Purcell, who double pumps and looked to bring the fullback into it. It was good in theory, but the execution not there, and the pass is spilled by Chanfun McFall. And we'll have a handover, our first error of the second half.
Ball sweep to the scrum. Manukau out on the base. Nice little dummy on the inside, straight out to the edge. Ropati on the switch. Looks fast and clean.
Ropati into open space. There's no one coming across. Ropati. Monaco back in front. Jayla Ropati clear down the right-hand side. Too fast. And in the end, just stripped them for numbers, Glenora. Runs it around, makes the kick a little easier, and the Magpies hit the lead once again.
And on the Farrelly Photos action replay here, we just see they cleared it very quickly from the base of the scrum, got it out along the back line, and at this point, I think she read it kind of early. She put the foot down as fast as she could, got clear away from any defender there, and was clear sail all the way through to the try line. Fantastic try, 4 points. Well done, Rapati. Bears over there in the right-hand corner having a management meeting. And once again, big shout out to Farrelly Photos. Second season in, and during the interview, Corey, I said I was so proud and humbled to know that we'd be working alongside each other in 2020.
Well, there we go.
Well, no, we don't. He's wanting to talk about that next week.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. But yeah, and I think really cool that you mentioned before. Mike's not just a sponsor with the Auckland Rugby League. He's also a dedicated volunteer. And as we finish up National Volunteer Week, a big shout out to Mike for all of the non-paid work he does here in Rugby League. Certainly appreciated. And in addition to that, his support through Farrelly Photos, who have a long history with the game in Auckland. Dates back a couple of generations, as you've already touched on, and no doubt that will extend into the coming generations as well.
Now we can see the Steeden football there on screen. If we can zoom in on that, guys. I let Rochelle loose with a permanent marker, and she basically graffitied all of my balls.
It's not subtle, is it? The marking on that one. So certainly no mistaking who owns that football.
We're off to artwork design for Rochelle. And all 8 of them look the same.
Nice looking football other than that, as Purcell gets us back underway. Monaco fielded, and look out! Oh. Off the back fence, good luck! Glenora do well, although the second phase is kept alive, and now Marchong picks it up and is wrestled to ground, 40 out from the line. Monaco now looking to build on this momentum. It's Ross Ueli in the background, calling some of the shots for the Glenora ladies.
Can't help but think that the Magpie tails are up.
Magpie tail, not something you Yeah, spoken about too often. Just
Well, magpie's a bird and birds have
oh
tails.
yeah, I'm sure they do. Yeah, bird pun
Oh, dropped it.
alive and well, and you have busted out a few quality puns this weekend, Troy. I'll give it credit where it's due. A couple of pearlers yesterday in the Pirates Mangere East game. Handover ball here, I think, or penalty.
Yeah. Well, they're going to tap and go.
So into it. Charging forward here is Pulava. A good carry here. They're looking to get an offload away. It was Salipa.
Great tackle.
Down low and drives her to ground. They miss out Chanfern McFall. White passes. Lovely work from the halfback.
Great reply by the Bears.
Charles White just held it up, isolated the defenders, and then sends Taylor Rangi through a wide open gap, and Glenora back in front now.
In the Farrelly Photos action replay, we can see a big looping pass out to the left-hand edge. The half here read this very well. Sucked in the defender, just created that little space there for the centre to slip through. And had a little bit of work to do. She went towards the line, but managed to keep her paws on the ball, and 4 points. The wind's died down a little bit now, so it might be a wee bit easier to kick. A lot of people around the park too. And just a quick reminder, there is no 2:30 game due to a default at the conclusion of this match. That will be the ARL TV live streaming conclude.
Purcell on target with the first one. A far trickier assignment this time around, although, as Troy mentioned, that wind has died down now. Well away to the left. Score remain, Glenora 10, Monaco 8. 8 minutes gone in the second half here at Cornwall Park.
They're all complimenting themselves out here, Corey, on the field. The Glenora Bears.
Fair enough, it was a good try.
Was. Some of the defenders shifting, going to kick to the left-hand side. Great catch.
Was well taken.
No fear. Both teams certainly know how to wind up from the back fence, don't they? They're strong on the carry. Here's another one.
Titini up over halfway. She's been really strong in this game. Some brilliant carries. Lupeiki is the dummy half. She will link with the other front rower. This is Puilava. Still going Puilava. Playmakers either side. She'll go the direction of White. White dummies and then isolates. Brings in her fullback. Chanfern McFall, but the cover is good from Manukau, and Sally Hainga, well, my apologies, Lucy Sifo comes across. Rangi, a try scorer a few moments ago, goes hunting for a second. It ends up a settler in the middle of the park. Last tackle coming up.
Not sure what the Glenora trainer's doing.
Purcell goes high. No one under it. Ball's allowed to bounce and comes up fortuitously for the Glenora player. And it is the number 12, Joanna Waka, who scores that one off the Purcell kick, which was not fielded by Monaco, and they're loving that one, Glenora.
And on the Mike Farrelly Photos action replay, we can see the boot is pinpoint perfect. Can't get any more P's into that one, Corey. And just ball drops away, and as he said, fortuitous bounce, boom, try, 4 points. Bears back on the board. You may have noticed in the background there the Glenora Bears trainer who was on. You see him? He was directing a bit of traffic there, because I didn't see him holding any water. They're getting hydration break now, though.
Where's Pat Carthy? Can he launch an investigation into that? The trainer on the field with no water bottle.
Yeah.
As Purcell lines up the conversion, and
another one of those graffitied balls by Rochelle. I mean, how many are there out there?
Some of your best work, Rochelle. And this will be on the internet forever as a reminder. Purcell now lines up the conversion, and just about, well, a little harder than the first one, but easier than the second. Strikes it, it's high, the flags are up, and
Nice
the
kick.
Bears are well and truly in control now. And as Troy and I stated at half-time, we thought there probably wouldn't be too many points in the second half. That's proven not to be true. Glenora have started on fire and really starting to click now, and it all comes off an improved showing from their middles, I think, and Purcell adding some real class on the end of it.
Yep, and she's proven fairly dangerous every time she's touched the ball.
Yep.
Yeah. So, again, I'll say, Corey, the Bears are out of hibernation. 16 points to 8.
Big shout out to the ARL admin crew for their hard work today, putting it all together and making sure the games ran smoothly. Juanita, Pat, Rochelle and Harrison. This
What are
ball
you trying to get
bounces
employee
down.
of the month up there?
Well, I'm yet to receive it, so why not?
Ooh.
Glenora back into it. Monaco need to really get their act together quickly here before this game slips out of their control as Purcell plays short at the line, but Monaco are up quickly and drive it backwards.
Oh, spills it forward.
Great tackle. Knock on each way. Monaco ball. And just as I said it, that Monaco needed to do something to slow this momentum of Glenora. A brilliant tackle that time, which forces the ball free. And at the end of all that, we're going to get a Monaco ball from the scrum. Trust you're enjoying the coverage today. We're back in action on Wednesday, live from Kelston Boys High School up against Mount Albert Grammar. I'll be bringing you the call from 4 o'clock on Wednesday. All the details on aucklandleague.co.nz. Here's Ropati, the try scorer from the first half. From the second half, I should say, from earlier. Has been really impressive at the back for Monaco. Brings in the winger now. Muffy with a little change of direction. A try here really brings them right back into it, Monaco. Ma Chong to Harrison. Harrison off to the races. One to beat. Harrison will run it around under the posts.
Great try. And there's the aeroplane, or it might have been a magpie. We'll see that on the Farrelly Photos action replay, and here it comes. Out from the dummy half. And there's our first Chehu today. Nice little step back on the inside there, evaded the defender. Bit of power and speed on here. Did well to fend off the fullback as she was going in under the post. And if we're lucky on the Farrelly Photos action replay, we'll see the ball dot down, and then out comes the magpie. There you go. Soaring 4 points as we wait for the kick to come.
It was quite clever there. She had to change from a right-hand fend to, a right-hand carry to a left-hand carry in order to get the fend away there, because she wasn't going to beat Chanfun McFall for speed, so that was nice work there from Harrison. So Platinum Masters to attempt the conversion from right in front to make it a 2-point game once again. Flags up. Monaco right back in it.
I just keep coming back to that 2-point kick. Just getting a score check in the background. I'm just saying, as you did the score check there, Corey, I'm wondering whether that 2 points is still going to play a part in this game, the very first conversion we spoke about. Best restart.
Purcell with a shallow restart.
One,
Fielded on the full by Lucy Sefor, who gets rid of one. And Sefor still going. Machong links with her playmaker, who comes back to the middle of the park. This is Vaniki. Monaco now with momentum. Moving down the field well.
That was a big hit too on the far side.
It's left a Glenora player on the ground. Ropati now to the line. Sells them on a dummy. Ropati through. One to beat. Purcell comes across. Takes her down 12 out from the line. The fullback again heavily involved. They want a quick play of the ball. No penalty forthcoming. Monaco now will run it back again down this left-hand edge. This time it's through the centre. Nati.
Big gap.
To Tikaria and straight through.
I think all the work was done earlier on in the piece. Row Party certainly opened it up, got the momentum onto the front foot. So as we see the action replay here, looking for the quick play of the ball. Look for all money, they were going to shift to the right-hand edge. And they went 2 passes out, and she sniffed that hole, slipped it, try time. But it was a nice earlier break by Row Party again. She's been one of the danger people on the field today for the Manukau Magpies, and the person that stopped that motion, this passenger play here, was Purcell.
Yeah, she was in for a try there had Purcell not made the tackle, but you're quite right. Ropati's just been a constant figure in this game. Popped up all over the field, got a try and then a crucial carry in the build-up to that one.
So the lead changes. Manukau Magpies as we wait for the kick to come. And it certainly turned out to be a great game for Farrelly Photos Women in League as the arm wrestle continues. And that Steeden ball's gone in over the hedge. All the Rochelle's riding on it, and you probably won't care if it comes back. Oh, look, there's another one in the middle of the park. Another masterpiece out there. As we get ready now for restart. Just ticking up to the 60-minute mark. 20 to go. A lot of support down here for the two teams. Good to see.
So Purcell gets us back underway. It's a little deeper this time, but a high one again, fielded nicely, and Monaco shift it straight away, but the Bears go hunting. Made good first up contact, but Monaco keep it alive. Now they work it up through the middle of the park. This is Uamaki, this front rower who has been so strong in this game. It's hot potato stuff from Monaco.
Well, he's called it forward.
So it all breaks down in the end, but exciting football.
We bit of chat there. They're probably wanting to up the tempo a little bit. Just change the rhythm in the game.
So Purcell retrieves, goes to White. White then brings in Rangi, who is taken down smack bam on halfway. Chanfoon McFall goes to the line, takes some punishment as a result. Lupaiki rushes to dummy half and brings in Pickering. Pickering drives those legs, picks up a few meters post contact. Down the left they work it. Tracy Lupaiki jumps out, steals a few extra meters. She's now appealing to the referee, not too sure what for. Purcell. Space on the right. Chanfoon McFall has numbers on her outside. Are they going to get there? Glenora? Yes, they will. A try in the right-hand corner. And it is a second for the back rower, Joanna Waka. But put it down to the work of Chanfoon McFall. Got on the outside there and summed it up nicely.
In the Farrelly Photos action replay, you'd have to say this is probably the best try of today. Great team effort. Purcell, instigator, out along the back line. And look, she's trailing him behind just in case she's required on the inside drop. They didn't need her. They just, ball in hand, catch, pass. Got to the big second rower out there on Ropati, just not big enough to bring it down. And authority try, smashed that down for 4 points. As we wait for the kick to come, it's been a fun day for Corey and I here in the commentary box. We don't often get to work with our fellow work colleagues.
20 all, Juanita.
And I've had so much fun today, I think we should do this once a year.
Kick from Purcell. It's got height and not much else on it, and full short, and we are locked up at 20 points apiece heading into the final 15 minutes here. And it's anyone's game in the final match here at the Farrelly Photos Women in League Day. It's been a wonderful day down here at Cornwall Park. Number of matches played, and great to see once again, particularly some of the younger female talent we have coming through the grades, feeding into that Farrelly Photos Women's Premiership system, and more often than not, onto representative honours as well. Once again, Auckland strongly represented in both the Kiwi Ferns and Whetū Samoa teams last night. Congratulations to the Kiwi Ferns on a great win, and to Whetū Samoa on getting back to test footy for the first time since 2011.
On the win, shallow.
Too deep to be a contest, though, and all that's done is give Glenora a good starting platform for this set. Nice little change of direction at the line there. Takes a couple of defenders with her as well. Lupaiki is the dummy half. She goes to her left. It's one out stuff from Glenora so far, but they're doing it with some success. Pickering that time bumps the ball forward. They're 40 out from the line. White on the football. Dummies. Then goes to her outside, and Rangi, she was on a little half gap there, but the ball is put down and pressure relieved for Monaco.
As the scrum starts to pack down over on the far side there, Corey, I think there was a player that got hurt earlier in the piece, and she's clutching at the shoulder. I think she's in the, she might be one of their bookends. Yeah, he stopped the clock. And she started to drift out to the left-hand side there as the attack was coming on from Glenora Bears. So that's one of the reasons why the scrum will take just a few moments to pack in. And how good's the competitions for the Fox Championship and Fox Premiership been with the new format?
Yeah, how good. Particularly the championship going down to the very last day over, yesterday. Hibiscus Coast getting up over Monaco to claim the final spot. And we have the Hibiscus Coast Raiders back involved in second tier footy. Now that we've split to 3, they're having a great season under coach Bluey McLennan. So well done to all involved there. And even the battle at the bottom, Troy, that wasn't decided until the conclusion of yesterday's games. Bay Roskill coming very close to upsetting Howick, although that wouldn't have been enough given that they had a fair bit of points difference to reverse.
Yeah.
And Maris got the win anyway, scoring 21 unanswered points in the second half to beat Otahuhu.
An exciting round of football coming up for all rugby league fans next week. And I know the admin team will be looking to unlock that draw to see what it sort of looks like, moving forward to not just next week's round, but also, the rest of the 7 rounds that play out as we head to the final series. And a big thank you to SAS Sporting Apparel, major sponsors of the Fox Premiership. And, of course, Crown Lift Trucks, who look after the Fox Championship. Right, we're about to get back to the business. That's one thing Manukau Magpies do really well. They clear it from the base of the scrum fairly quickly.
Chanfun McFall is in a bad way in back play. She's clutching at her head as Ma Chong looks to fight her way through. And trouble here for the Glenora fullback.
And Manukau capitalise.
Harrison, a try scorer earlier. She's been super impressive with some of her carries. Ma Chong goes centre field, brings in Vanicki.
Look for row party. Really need to be running in twos outside the ruck there. Here we go.
Masters. It's half to half, back in on the inside, and they bring in the 18, which is Tirikia. But handover ball there. Glenora do well to hold them out defensively. And we'll start again now. Purcell at dummy half. Things play back towards the middle of the park. The game locked up at 20 points apiece. Less than 15 to play. And Chanfun McFall's put that one down. A costly error. She's going to put her team under a whole lot of pressure.
Can't help but think, was that the moment where Glenora could have put the accelerator down? It's the ball's been spilled, so the momentum shifts again. Manukau get an opportunity here.
Scrum fed. He comes out. Platinum Masters is the first one on the ball. They dummy and isolate Ropati, who straightens, comes back infield. Still going, but eventually bumped to ground. White with the crucial contact there in the lead-up. Muffy is the dummy half. She will jump out, steals a few meters now. The Glenora line is slow to come up, eventually taken down around about 15 out from the line. Sefo, Ropati, Ma Chong, now it's Harrison. Harrison goes hard at the line, but Purcell hits her. Second phase, it's kept alive. They move the ball to the left now, Monaco. As the rain starts to come down once again, the play's broken free. I think it's all play on so far, it is. Hot potato stuff. Monaco, offload again out the back, looking for a gap, but Glenora's scrambling beautifully so far.
Shift right.
Harrison is set at first receiver. It will go her way. She will go low here, Harrison, just short of the line. Huge play coming up. Ma Chong, short, looks to burrow her way over. She's held up. Great work, Glenora. Took everything they had that time, and you can see bodies on the ground there. Purcell's in some discomfort.
Great scramble on the line. The referee's just checking that now.
So time off while Purcell is attended to on the ground, and she grimaced straight away, so I'm not too sure if she picked up a leg injury there.
I know you've already talked to the College Rugby League match next Wednesday. Kelston boys up against Mount Albert Grammar.
Grand final rematch, isn't it? Kelston getting up in that grand final last year, which was, I think, one of the best games collectively that we've covered. So really looking forward to the rematch. A little sad you won't be joining me by all accounts. So you have to put up with me alone on the call for that one.
And there's probably 2,000 people around the ARL TV live streaming game. Thank God.
Rangi gets us back underway. 11 to play. Game sitting delicately in the balance right now. He's a good carry from Georgia King. Waka. She gets met head on, but to her credit, shakes out of it and says, I'll have a couple more meters, thank you very much.
Took 3-4 tussles to stop her. Here they come again.
And a knock on kills the play. And it falls apart for Glenora after it looked fairly promising earlier on. In back play, Chanfern McFall still getting some attention, it looks like, to the shoulder. And actually, it's not Chanfern McFall. Not too sure who that is, but some bruised and busted bodies, and fair enough, it's been a grueling encounter in the middle of the park.
Yeah, and a big thank you to CTAS, our live stream partners, bringing you the images and video week in and week out.
Yeah, been a big weekend for Grant and the crew. We've just got back to the Waikato before turning around to come back for this one after our game last night. So a big thank you to them for their wonderful professional service. And, of course, all the replays will be available on the Auckland Rugby League YouTube channel. We post them on the website and Facebook page as well.
Everybody's getting ready.
So our game clock may have fallen a little out of tune there because I assume there was time off there. We were certainly stopped for a long time, but didn't catch a call from the referee. But anyway, back to it we go. And it will be Manukau on the football. Ropati.
And they swarmed in on it that time.
Short at the line. Ma Chong through a little half gap, but White. Huge tackle for her team from the halfback.
The Manukau 2 on this wing. She's also dangerous too if she gets ball in hand.
Masters dancing through a couple. They break down the right. They head back infield. Chanfern McFall does enough to slow her down before Rangi finishes it off. And ball put down by Virginia Lesoa, which kills off all of the wonderful momentum they were starting to build there, Monaco.
Yeah. Bears lucky there, managed to defuse that just from collecting on the drop ball. Just waiting for the scrum again to pack in.
Ball in, and Glenora now with a fair bit of work to do. Need to complete the set, need to get out of this end. They have had to soak up a fair bit of pressure in the last 10 minutes or so. There is Ryan Geo jumping out of dummy half, but not too many metres on offer in that time. They work back through the middle, but great work
tackle
from the Manukau marker, and it was Ropati. Surprise, surprise. White.
No.
A poor ball out the back, but it is cleaned up well by Glenora. $20 points apiece. 6.5 to play by our count. Remembering our game clock may be a little out. Purcell goes back door, links up with King, but it's put down.
Yeah, I can't help but think the old field goal could be rolled out any moment, Corey.
Chanfern McFall is in all sorts down and back play.
Hello, here we go. Back into the action, eh? CTAS on the ball.
Lesoa. Points here could win it. Ma Chong is the dummy half. Comes back towards the middle of the park. Uamaki plays on to Masters, but it's put down. Looked likely on the right edge. Ball is put down. And Glenora dodge another bullet.
As we're getting ready this morning, big thank you to Uncle Salon Pearson, down here at 6 o'clock this morning, help putting the fields out. And it's always a bit of humour catching up with Sal and Corey, as you know. Nothing he loved more than being down here putting ropes out at 6 a.m. as the Manukau Magpies are trying to face up in D.
Got a penalty here, I think.
Something on the ground.
Well, the commentator and all of the players are confused.
He's been
and
collecting
there's
them
a
all day.
stick on the ground. There we go.
Oh, he's being a stick in the mud.
Better than last year during the Region of Origin, if you remember, Troy, there was
We had
a
dead bird.
rather large dead bird removed from the field by one of the match officials.
That's why we take all the sticks off. And Glenora Bears on a roll.
Purcell through the middle. Just can't get out of their own half here, Glenora.
Well, Manukau have been playing with intent, and there's just that last pass gone astray.
Looping ball, another knock on.
Here we
Now
go.
Masters picks it up. Manukau looking to counter. That was all good. Play on is cool. Muffy on the ball, comes back infield, and then White comes in to finish the tackle off.
They did well to contain. Yeah.
You mentioned field goal before, Troy. Does that come into the reckoning on this set?
Yeah.
Ma Chong is the dummy half. Sefo. Sefo with the big fend. She's taking the ground 10 out. 4 to play. Locked up at 20 points apiece. Ma Chong comes centre field. Lesoa. Lesoa! Still going Lesoa! There it is! Virginia Lesoa beats one, beats two, crashes over for what may well be the winning try here for the Monaco Magpies.
Farrelly Photos action replay. Looking to shift to the left-hand side. They'd shaped up out there. However, she sized this up beautifully. Step one came straight into the two defenders and they just missed her completely. Bang! Big hit there, dropped the shoulder and carried two defenders across. Try time. And looking at the scoreboard clock, certainly getting down and tight now. Be interesting to see what happens. We've got enough time for a couple of sets. The clock's still ticking as we're tying our shoes. It's certainly been a great match today.
It has, and after a real sort of middle-dominated first half, it's opened up in the second 40 and been a wonderful spectacle. And it may not be over just yet. This conversion is taking an age. And I dare say that will not be a coincidence. Monaco, no. Let's chew off some time here. Platinum Masters it will be to attempt the conversion.
So I reckon the strategy is now, mate, shallow kick and try and regather.
Masters puts it over, and absolutely, if I'm Glenora here, I'm getting Savannah Purcell on this kick, and I'm either going high or drilling it down to the corner to try and put that ball over the sideline and get the ball back, because they're going to need something. By our count, there is a minute and a half left. Remembering, our clock will not be perfectly in line with that of the match manager. So Glenora need to get a move on here as they casually stroll back to halfway. Trailing by 6.
And just been called that. Watch the short from the far side.
They're 5 metres back from the line here, Glenora. This is not exactly an ideal setup for a short kick. Let's see what they do. They do go that way. It bounces up. It's knocked on. Monaco are on the ball.
They need to tackle here. Defend, defend.
Monaco want to play football. They're going to spread the ball now. You don't need to do it. You're up by 6, but keen to play some second phase stuff here. Harrison has taken the ground 5 short of halfway. On the verge of victory here. Masters comes centre field. Ropati jumps through 1. Through a little half gap, Ropati. 10 metres into opposition territory now. Ma Chong will centralise. Down the left edge they come. Good, strong carry once again from Uemaki.
She's bumbled it.
But the ball is loose. Glenora need to get going.
She's had some strong minutes today, that young lady. She's trying to appeal that it was stripped.
Glenora need to pack the scrum here. Siren goes in the background. That'll do it. Monaco win 26 points to 20 over the Glenora Bears here in the Farrelly Photos Women's Championship. Thank you very much for tuning in. Been a pleasure to bring you action from the 2019 Farrelly Photos Women in League Day, and a big thank you to Farrelly Photos, principal sponsors of all things Women's Rugby League to do here in Auckland. We're back in action on Wednesday afternoon for Kelston up against Mags, 4 p.m. We are live. We'll see you then.